Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's here. It's your boy JR Special, back with another video. Pertaining to some NX rumors. I haven't made one of these videos for a little while because I was just scouring through a lot of information, and I'm also trying to edit a few videos at the same time. So that's why this hasn't come yet. So I'm just comprising a lot of the different rumors I've put together, and just gonna try and be a little bit brief with some of them. So let's get straight on to it. I think it was yesterday or the day before. A lady by the name of Emily Rogers said on Twitter that she had a few different rumors, and a lot of different people online have verified her to be very, very accurate in the past with various other leaks. So still have that little bit of sax or salt on the side, but you know, we can more or less take her at her word. She said that the Zelda on Wii U will be a dual release, which I've already said would be beneficial to Nintendo anyway, and I think that it would be a lost opportunity not to bring it on the NX as a launch title because it would really, really help them. She said, yeah, it will be a dual release, and that now it gets interesting now. She's saying, apparently, there's voice acting for characters now, so it's not just dialogue being it's not just written dialogue now. Like, you have voice actors speaking, except for Link. So that's fine for me. I don't want Link to speak. Like, I think no matter how great the voice actor is, everyone is always going to be divided. People are always going to go, no, 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 that's not good. That's great. That's good, and so on and so on. So let's just keep him mute. Speaking of him, another rumor she said is that it might. It would be really cool if this was true, but we'll just see, because they did say they're really trying to change the whole format of the Zelda games and how they play and everything. So what she's saying, is possibly you could be able to choose between having a male or female Link, because remember when this Zelda was first announced and we saw Link for the first time, everyone was like, okay, that looks like it looks a little bit like a girl, because of, like, the hair, and his face is quite, well, yeah, he just looked a little bit like a girl. So everyone's like, oh, that would be really cool if it was a female Link, and it'd be very different. And then you have Link all now as well with Hyrule Warriors. It's kind of like, well, it would be a missed opportunity perhaps not to have that option. I think instead of saying, okay, this is the only version you have, only a female Link, having the choice breaks even further away from what the norm is with Zelda, which I think would be really, really good, because they're trying to not completely reinvent, but, you know, add some new feathers to that cap, so to speak. So that would be really, really cool. Okay, on to some other rumors from the guy who I put on recently, actually. He's going on to say that the console will be able... Oh, sorry, we've moved on to NX now, onto the console itself, not just games anymore. So we're talking about the console now. Yeah. Saying that straight off the bat, it would be capable of 4K gaming, which would, like, rather upscaling or streaming, which would be, either way, would be really, really cool. Because, I mean, if they did, like, 4K, imagine if they did 4K, sorry about that, yeah, imagine if they did 4K, like, upscale re-releases of games like Bayonetta 2 and, I don't know, Xenoblade. That would be really, really cool, just to, because those games are really good looking anyway, but to see them in that level, that would just be amazing. And then if you had games that were like 4K native even, so like with Zelda, Wii U, and wow, the hype sweat is on. I have to get my hype handkerchief out to start dabbing my forehead, you get me? Yeah, so also, it seems to be a lot of people are saying it now, so perhaps I'm the kind of guy who, if one guy says it, I'm like, yeah, whatever, mate. If a couple people are saying it, I'm like, you could all just be in a chain of lies. But then if a bad guy man are all saying it, I'm thinking, there could be some water being held here. A lot of people are saying this NX is more powerful than the PS4 and the Xbox One. And that's something he's continued to speak of. He even went into talk about the memory type. He said this DDR4 and possibly up to 8 gig for games, which would be really, really good. So, like I've been mentioning in previous videos, I think it would be really good if Nintendo future-proofed themselves with this new console, and it looks like that might be a possibility here, so let's hope for the best, guys. Next, we have a few more launch games, different ones than the ones I mentioned in a previous video. It's saying it has... Let's see the list here. Okay, we have... Let's get some of the silly games out of the way first. Call of Duty, or the next Call of Duty. I think... I don't really play Call of Duty so much anymore. If it came on NX, I might pick it up if a few friends had it. Not for full retail price, though. That game is not worth it. No. Anyway, if that did come out, it would be really, really good, because it is a really, as much as I don't think the game is great, it's a really, really, really big selling game. So to have that on your console would just do you wonders, because it never kind of stopped selling well. So even if it stopped selling as well as it used to, it still sells really well. So if Nintendo had some of that slice of that pie, that would be really, really good for them. And a lot of gamers, yeah, would be really happy that COD came out. One that surprised me a little bit was Deus Ex, the next Deus Ex game, but I think it would be not all that surprising, because the previous one came out on the Wii U, even though a lot of people didn't notice. That game came out on the Wii U and it was really, really good, or it was a good game anyway, but yeah, it came out and a lot of people were surprised that it even was released on the Wii U, so who's to say the next game coming out on the NX isn't that far-fetched, right? Now here's one that doesn't surprise me, FIFA 17. That would be good, just to have, like COD, FIFA, those are just console sellers and great number sellers, so it would be good to have those on your side, because then you can just say, well, you know, we have all of our great IPs and all that stuff, but for those people that want to play those games that everyone's always going on about, you want to have those games on your console so that people can say, oh, I don't have to get an Xbox One or a PS4 to have those your CODs and your FIFAs. Nintendo games can get in on that now too, so that would be really, really good. You don't have to get a different platform just to play it or not play it at all, so that would be good. Right, a few more games. This would be cool. Mass Effect 1 to 4, so the trilogy, and then Andromeda after. Mass Effect 3 on Wii still surprised me when it was announced. I was like, wow, that was really, really cool. I was hoping that they did re-release 1 and 2 on it, but they didn't. But never mind. I think, yeah, it would be great to continue that relationship with BioWare and EA to get the next Mass Effect game onto the NX, because I just think it would be a really good game franchise to be able to show off on the NX, to especially if they're saying this new one is going to be completely, like, you know, upscaled, brand new kind of mechanics and all that kind of cool stuff. If that's like a showcase of what BioWare are capable of now, them displaying it or playing it for the Wii, for the NX even, would just showcase how great the NX is. So I think it would be, it'd work in tandem. It would be really, really good. Another game, Luigi's Mansion 3. That would just be really, really cool, because I think obviously everyone loves Mario, but like, you did have that Year of Luigi a couple years back, and that was really cool. I think it would be cool to just have another one of his own games, and Luigi's Mansion 2 was really, really good on the 3DS, and I think, yeah, to just continue that franchise in this kind of fashion, not doing well, Nintendo don't do that anyway. You know, you bring out games over time. You don't just, oh, let me just bring out 50 Luigi's games in the space of like 3 years. So I think it would be really, really cool, and also once again showcase what Nintendo's working with in terms of their own games engines and things like that for their own studios, what they're capable of with the NX dev kits and stuff like that. That would be really, really cool. On to the next one, which is surprising but would be really, really cool, is another Mario Sunshine game. I don't know if it is Mario Sunshine, but it's been described like Sunshine. So it might not be Sunshine exactly, but I mean, Galaxy got a sequel, so even though that was a lot closer to Galaxy 1, I think another Sunshine game, Mario Sunshine for me is like one of the most underrated Mario games. A lot of people give it a lot of shtick. It's like, oh, blah, blah, you know, criticizing. I was like, bro, did you actually play it though? Because if you played it, you wouldn't even be talking. So it's so many different things. Like me, I used to be that kind of person who would talk about a game without playing it and say it was rubbish. Case in point was Mirror's Edge when it came. I was like, oh yeah, that game was rubbish, man. That game was rubbish. And I played it. I was like, okay, yes, I'm sick. So Mario Sunshine for me is in the same kind of boat. Like a lot of people judging the book back to cover, but if they did make a sequel and you have all this 4K gaming and these brand new game engines and all that kind of Unreal 4 level graphic stuff and all that kind of cool stuff, woo-wee, woo! Because Mario Sunshine still looks spicy. So, man, my brain is starting to melt with just the possibility of how great that could be. Well, that's more or less the list that I have right now. I know it's not a lot of stuff that I usually talk a lot longer, but you know, I didn't want to make a video that's overly long. So, thanks for sticking with me. You know what to do with this video. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Don't forget to comment too. And I will catch y'all later. This is your boy man JR Smash saying, player out.
And there she is, your new UFC strawweight champion.